Next question. As a single man pursuing Jesus, what is the best way I can prepare for the day God brings my wife into my life? That's a great question. Why don't you take that one first and then I'll pick it up. A single guy pursuing Jesus and he wants to get ready to be married someday. It's a good question.
Well, much of marriage is serving and being selfless instead of selfish. So continuing to work on your relationship with Jesus, but extending that beyond that and serving women or serving children, families, women in the church, whatever ways you can find to serve, and just growing that serving gift and learning how to not be selfish. Also, like you've talked about before, we, men and women, tend to make a list of what we want in a spouse, but making a list of who you see God wants you to be prayerfully as a spouse someday. What gifts you have, what characteristics you have, and putting those down and seeing how you can continue to grow in those so that you can serve your future spouse.
I'd give a practical thing, too, for single guys. It's good to be journaling for your wife someday. Praying for her, as scripture comes to mind, and then using that as a way to have affection and devotion, even though you may have not met her yet. And then I would encourage you guys, I can't think of anything cooler than if you're praying for her, thinking about her, writing down memories, here's what God showed me today, he's got me meditating on this verse, just journaling, and then the day you meet her, and you get to know her, and then you become engaged to her, to give her that. So, I've loved you before I met you. I've been praying for you and waiting for you, and I was thinking about you. And I want you to know what was on my heart before we met. Ladies, would that work? Yeah. Okay, so just because you're single doesn't mean you can't be loving your wife right now. Just got to meet her eventually, that's all. Okay. And I think that's what so many guys do. They just sort of walk through life until they meet a woman, and then they're trying to figure out how to get ready. And this is a good question on how to get ready. So I'd honor that question. It's a great question.